Hey guys, welcome back to Power Apps Learning channel. Today we are going to learn about how to manage permissions in SharePoint using Power Automate. If you are using SharePoint for many years, you might know how you can manage the permissions using out-of-box navigations using programming language like CSOM, server-side object model, or REST APIs and all that. Today we are going to look at how we can do the permission management using Power Automate. So let's jump into it. So in the Power Automate, there are some default actions provided under SharePoint connector, uh, but there is no specific action or direct action you can say to manage the list, or site, or item level permissions in SharePoint. So and there are other more activities which you can do in SharePoint which for which there is no direct action available in Power Automate or Flow. So what is the alternative or what are the options available using which you can perform all other activities in the SharePoint? So there is an action called send an HTTP request to SharePoint. So using this action, you can make a REST API call to the SharePoint, and as you are aware already that using REST API, you can do anything in the SharePoint, like from creating site till adding and updating items into it, managing the permissions, everything, almost everything you can do, creating columns and content types and everything. So Power Automate have provided us this action wherein you can provide the REST APIs, you can provide the headers, inputs, metadata, everything whatever is needed. You can define the method, whether it is post, get, and you will be able to do everything, almost everything in the SharePoint using Power Automate. So let's say you have created an item, and once created, you want to change the permission of that item, uh, remove whoever has created it, remove his contribute permission, just give him a read access, something like this. So you will be able to do this using send an HTTP request action. So what we need to do is we need to make a REST API call. So you will be able to find, I'll share the link where you can find the REST APIs details related to the permission management in SharePoint. So what exactly we'll be doing in the flow is even if you're doing it through PowerShell or programming skills, you will be following the same things. First, we'll be breaking the inheritance so that the parent level permissions will get break, and we'll be having unique permission at that list item or site level. So you need to break the permission. While breaking, you can specify whether you want to keep the existing permissions or you want to clean everything and start giving the new permissions to the new users. Next is you need to make use of make a call to the gate uh, endpoint where we will need the information of user or group to which you want to give the permission. So you need to get the details of that user or group. And the third and last part is adding the role assignment, wherein you will specify that for this particular user group, you will be giving this particular permission like full control or contribute or read. So now let's jump into the flow where we'll see all the details. So this is our demo flow where you can see this is I have created it manual trigger flow so I can test it right away. So as you can see on the screen, I have three main actions. Send HTTP request to SharePoint with wherein I'll be breaking the inheritance. Next is get the user details, and third is assign the permissions. So we'll see the details of each and every action now. So the first action is breaking the inheritance. So what I have added some the REST endpoints, how you can call it to break the inheritance. So if you need to break it for the list, you need to make use of API web list get by title, provide your list name and break role inheritance. If you need to break it for the item level, you can specify the get item by ID and get the item and then break role inheritance. Now there is a boolean parameter which you need to pass, false or true. This is whether you want to keep using existing permissions or not. You want to completely remove everything and give new permission, then for that purpose you can specify this false and true. Next is the post or the method. Here you need to specify whether it is post or get, and then the URI, that this is how this will be your site address. Here you need to specify your URI, you need to compose it, you need to use concat function because you will be passing the dynamic parameter to get the list name or to get your item ID. So as you can see, I have passed API web list, get by title, sample list, my list, get item by ID is my ID, which you will get when you have the trigger of item created or modified, and then break role inheritance is false. Under header section, you can specify what all headers, content type. Sometimes you need to specify the method also, whether it is merge, delete or patch, that also you can specify here. And that's the first part where this action will break the inheritance of this particular item in the sample list. Next action is getting the user details, because you need to specify the user or group ID while assigning the new permissions. So to do that, you need to get the user details or group details. So here I have provided again the REST endpoints which you can call API website users, and you need to specify your email address of your group or user, and then /ID. For the group, of course, you can't use site users, it has to be site groups. For the users, you can use site users, and then after specifying the email address, you need to specify the ID. So this will give you the ID which you can use in the next action. This will be get. Here you can see this is so you can see this where I am passing API website users. You need to make use of encode URI component function while passing, because you need to specify the email address in specific format. As you can see on the screen, we need to specify the membership in the format of membership. So to avoid any issues while calling the REST endpoint, you need to make use of encode URI component function. So this is the second step where we are getting the user details or the group details, and we'll be using the output of this action in the next action where we will be assigning the permissions. This is the last action in this flow where we will be assigning the permission. So to assign the permission, as you can see on the screen in this comment section, I have added the endpoint. It will be role assignment, add role assignment. You need to specify the principal ID, which will be the output of the earlier action, where it will be user ID or site group ID. You need to specify the role definition ID, which is fixed for full control, contribute, and read, where you will get this the number. It will be a post method. As you can see here, I have generated using concat function. Uh, this will be again the complete URI. It's like sample list, get item by ID, then role assignment, add role assignment, principal ID, and is the output of the previous action, and then role definition ID is whatever one of it. It could be full control, contributor, read. So this will, so first we'll be breaking the inheritance, next we'll be getting the details of the user, third will be assigning the full control or read permission to that user. So let me just run this flow. Before running this flow, I'll just show you the permission of my list item. So this is my item 2 update is my item in the list, and it is inheriting the permission from the list level. Now we'll be running the flow, and it should break the inheritance and give the new permissions. So let me just switch back to the flow. We'll just run this flow. Just run this flow. Done. So as you can see, all the actions has been executed successfully. So let's just switch back to our SharePoint list item and check if the permissions has been changed or not. Let me just refresh this page. So as you can see on the screen, the parent level permission have been removed, and the user who is running this flow will be given a full control access. The new user where we had added read permission, we have given read permission is this test user. We have given read permission to this test user through the flow. So this is how you will be able to manage the permission here through the flow. You can give permissions to the group, to the users. You can give permissions to full control or read or contribute. If you see the output of the second action where we will be getting the details of the user, this is how you will get it. The ID of the user or the group. I have just written a compose action here how you can access this. So it's just returning to 81 is the ID. This is the third action where we are adding the permissions to the users. You can see the URI how it is generated is get item by ID, role assignment, add role assignment, principal ID is 281 and role definition ID which is read, and then this will post, so it will assign the permissions. So this is another action I've just added to demonstrate it to you how you can remove the permission. Again, you need to specify your site. This will be a post method. In the headers, you need to specify the HTTP method, which will be delete. Without this, of course, it won't work. So, and in the concat, it will be again same, getting the list, getting the item ID, then role assignment, and instead of add role assignment, we'll be using get by principal ID, where the principal ID will be again the user ID, output of our second action. So this will remove the permission of this particular user from that particular list item, where when you specify the delete, so it will remove the permission for this user. So I guess that's it in this video. I hope this will help you guys. You can do a lot of things using REST API. Only one action will really help. Send an HTTP request to SharePoint to do a lot of things in the SharePoint, because of course there are limited actions provided by default in Power Automate. So you can make use of this action and call REST APIs and manage it or automate it on the event of list item added or modified or deleted. So let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.